Hello and welcome to About 6 Acres. I'm Juana.
And I'm Nick.
And today we are in the goat pen because we figured we would catch you up on how Midnight is doing and her babies are doing.
Midnight's at the hay feeder. She's chowing down since we have the babies occupied, so she gets a break. She gets a break.
We put the camera on a tripod just to make it easier because the babies move around so much. They have so much energy, but we're going to try to show you some of them. Look at this cuteness. And since you have him up, let me just get the camera a little bit closer and we can talk about him first because he is just beautiful. Hello, my sweetie. How are you? And let's talk about him and his name.
So this little guy, he is the third born of the boys. So all the boys came out first and then the girl. So he's the smallest, and in every litter, there's always a runt. So he's the tiniest. So his nickname is Peanut. Not after the food, but after Peanut Tillman from the Chicago Bears. Because he's small and he's mighty and he punches. He'll punch the mama's udder to get more milk, and he'll punch his brothers and sisters, right? Just like the Peanut Tillman punch. Psh, knocks that ball out, right? You good defensive player.
Now, if you're not familiar with goats, that is how they eat. They will punch the udder, all of them, not just our little Peanuts. So if you're new to our channel, you might notice that Nick is a huge Chicago Bears fan. So you will probably be seeing him wearing Chicago Bears stuff. If you haven't seen any of our other videos, you'll notice that now. Let's show you. Let me put that up. Hopefully you guys can hear us well. I know it's a little bit difficult because we don't want to be wearing the microphones. Hello, little girl.
They're jumping all over.
Yes, they are jumping. And so this little cutie is Twyla. And if you watch the video of them being born, she was the darkest one and kind of looked like Midnight's mini-me. And so we noticed quickly that she was not exactly Midnight's shade. She actually is really cool looking. She's got like the front half, which is nice and dark, and then the back half, which is a little bit more brown. And then she does have this little M birthmark fur thing, if you will, which is adorable. And we've just termed her that she's Midnight's mini-me, but she's a little bit dark, a little bit lighter than Midnight, which is Twilight. And so her name is Twyla, and she is, oh my gosh, she's so precious. Look at her face.
Nose. Yeah, they got a speckled nose.
Yes, she's so cute. So she is precious because she's got so much spunk and so sassy.
Doesn't take anything from the boys, gives it right back to them.
Next one is this one. He's actually the firstborn. So Twyla was the baby of the bunch.
He's got blue eyes.
Yeah.
Everyone else has brown eyes. He's got blue eyes.
So the thing about goats is that blue eyes are actually dominant, and so the other colors that you see are the recessive genes, but blue eyes are dominant, and so he got that gene, and he's just beautiful. You know, Cash had the same color eyes, and he's got, you know, the different colors, different patchwork. So my nieces were really excited when they saw him and said, "That's cookie dough." Now, we already had a Peanut, not named after the food, and we didn't want to have them, you know, named after food. So, he is cookie dough to them, but he is CD to us, CD. But I am a Giants fan. Nick is a Bears fan. We don't like the Cowboys, so we cannot name him after CD Lamb. We don't want that thought out there.
Nope.
So, he is CD Goat.
CD, say hi.
Which is the only thing that makes sense, right? So this is CD Goat, and just look at that face.
He's the biggest. He's the biggest one. I think your mama's favorite too.
Yeah.
Your mama's favorite?
Yeah, and I think mom goats typically have a favorite. If they have a boy, they'll pick one that they feel is the strongest and kind of take care of him the most. Feed them a little bit more, give them all the treats, right? If there's an extra slice of pizza, you're the one that gets it. An extra slice of cake, yeah, that's on you. Exactly. So he's been our biggest weight gainer. So one of the things that we do in the beginning is we weigh them daily just to make sure that they're staying on pace. And then after a while, once they hit like, I don't know, 10, 15 pounds, we'll probably start weighing them weekly, but we do try to make sure that up to 20 pounds, we're keeping good tabs on them. So our biggest concern right now is Peanut, because he's not gaining as much as the others, but oh my gosh, just being loved.
Cute.
Just so cute.
And the other two are feeding. So
Yeah.
Twyla and the second born boy are feeding.
I'm a huge Yankees fans, and so I'm kind of considering a couple of Yankee inspired names like Jeter. What do you think?
Or Boone, for Aaron Boone.
That's kind of a cool like goat name. I like Jeter because Jeter was number 2, and the one that we're talking about is number 2. You know, he's spunky, young, and cute. But Boone is really, really cool. I don't know if there's another name. So if you guys think of something really cool, let us know. Or let us know what you think about Jeter or Boone. No worries, you won't be creating any kind of drama here because...
And no Boston Red Sox names at all.
I don't want Damon.
Yeah, don't want any controversy.
And I don't want A-Rod. No offense, A-Rod. But I don't want A-Rod. So number 2 looks a lot like number 3. This is number 2. And the biggest differentiators of the two, here you go, sweetie, I just want to introduce you, is the tail for number 2. Ooh. The tail for number 2 is a little bit more white. And his markings also come to the back instead of to the front. So the other one kind of has this little swoop that goes at the front. That would be Peanut. This one has the swoop towards the back. And look at his little face.
Mouth with black going. You gonna have a black beard? Are you gonna have a black beard?
Are you going to be Blackbeard? I don't want to name you after pirates. But look at this cuteness. I mean, I will say, he and Peanut are probably the ones that like to rest a little more. They're just cute. And they're so much alike.
What is Minnie doing?
Just watching what Minnie's doing because her kids, you know, sometimes she just needs a break.
She's going in. I think she's gonna try to lay down.
But look at this. This is so cute. So let us know what he is. Does he look like a Jeter, a Boone, or something else to you? Minnie is actually having some minerals now. I'm going to flip you around so you could take a look at her. So here's Midnight. She's eating some minerals, which is great. She definitely needs the extra supplements and nutrition. I'm going to try to get... She's got to pee. So let's just talk a little bit about Minnie's situation. We were not expecting her to give birth to quads. That was a bit of a surprise to us. Her labor was, if you count just when the first one was born to when the last one was born, it was a good 2 hours of her just doing so much work. She had an udder that really became engorged.
Her right udder, while she was pregnant, like the last maybe week or so, got really, really full and was sort of lopsided. So we were a little concerned that they wouldn't feed out of that side when they were born, and they weren't taking. So when they were born and trying to latch on, they wouldn't latch on. So we went to one of our mentors and asked for help if we should milk it out for her, and the recommendation was that we should. And so we milked out that whole side, and we got like 8 cups of milk just out of that one teat alone on that one side of the udder. So we have that saved and frozen to help when we bottle feed. And now it's filling in nicely. The babies still, normally they prefer one teat over the other, but since there's 4 of them, we're gonna try to get them more accustomed to feeding out of both sides. The little one and Twyla, because they're smaller, they prefer the smaller teat than the large one. We're gonna keep an eye on it because it's gone down in size, but it does look like it's filling up, so we may have to milk out a little bit again and freeze that, so we'll have more when we bottle feed. But she's doing good. We keep it clean when we do milk out, so we wipe it down pretty well, and when it does go down a bit, then the babies are, easily able to latch onto it. So right now they're just jumping on Mama. Twyla's on top. She's using Mama as a climbing tool and resting. Twyla, you are funny. You are funny, little girl.
Our experience with Midnight and her birthing has been so different than what it was last year with Brandy, Lucy, and Rosa. It was kind of a textbook birth. Like,
Yeah, it was kinda
nothing
easy.
really went crazy.
The firstborn CD, he came out head first. And normally the recommendation is to have a foot and a head come out. But just the head came out, and this is the second time Midnight has given birth. So she gave birth before we adopted her here.
She's a second
So
freshener.
she's a second freshener, and she was able to deliver CD head first with no problem. So there was no breach, there was no difficulty of having to reposition him to get him out. So, and then the rest of the babies came out perfectly fine. We just assisted, removing any mucus from the nose or mouth, and just let her clean the babies, and it was pretty easy. She really wasn't in labor, strenuous labor coming out. She did a great job caring for them, licking them.
Yeah.
So cute.
And if you are new to goats, the thing that goats do, and maybe that more animals than just goats do this, but we have limited experiences. They will basically, when the babies are peeing, they will go and lick them.
Yeah, lick
and same thing when they poop. And I think that's just how they keep track of, like, I'm feeding them enough, or, there's nothing wrong with them. It is normal, and so you saw her that when the one baby was standing up, he was actually peeing, and so she took a sniff at the bottom, and that's what they were doing. But
now they're looking. That's number 2, so that's the one without a name yet.
yeah,
He's looking at what Mama's eating, because he's like, "What are you eating? I want some."
yeah.
And Twyla is trying to play and push and rub and just show that she loves. And the other boys are below my feet,
Yeah, Twyla is
just
such...
chilling and hanging out.
She loves to play. Mr. CD. Hi, CD. He was just peeing. So you see where they stretch their legs back and then they pee. That's how they do that. Just so cute. So that's pretty much the state of affairs right now. Like Nick said, we are probably going to milk out her a little bit, just because we're starting to notice that it's filling up a little bit more and lasting there. It's been an amazing week just watching her mother, and she's a really good mother. Last year, you could tell that she felt sad that she wasn't one of the ones that had babies. Oh my gosh, look at these little jumps. It just, you could tell that she was a little bit sad. She wanted to be a mother, and the other ones had babies, and this year she's just enjoying this and just being such a sweet mom.
So she will control sort of where they go, and so they're not roaming around, and stay safe. And she'll call them back when they go off too far. But she's being a good mama, being letting them be independent, letting her body be used as a jungle gym, as they jump and crawl. CD, what's going on?
Oh, so
You're in charge.
cute.
You're protecting.
That's it for us today. We just wanted to let you know how they were doing. We have not done many other projects because we've been trying to enjoy these babies. Last year I felt like everything was such a whirlwind. We didn't get to enjoy this stage as much. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. Hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of these cuties. And as always, you're awesome and you're loved.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I can't even.
Squishy.
Look at this.
Squishy.